Now let's have a look at some of the week's other lefty lunacy with BlazeTV host Sara Gonzales. Sara, thanks so much for coming on here. I want to talk about this story here, which I think says so much about where America is right now. A 16-year-old North Carolina student was suspended for using the term illegal alien in class. Now, they're taking legal action against the school district for harsh punishment, and this is the key bit here to me, false accusations of racism. Sara, you interviewed the student's mother this week. What did she have to say about this incident?
Yeah, I mean, she gave details, James, that just made this more incredulous and just absolutely incredible that this school district behaved in this way. So what the mother, Leah McGee, told me was that this student, her son Christian, was asking for clarification on the vocabulary word aliens. So he simply asked his teacher, "Do you mean space aliens or illegal aliens without green cards?" At which point, one of his friends in class turned to him and, said, "I'm going to beat your butt." And they were joking, and it was all a big friendly, nothing was a big deal, except the teacher made it a big deal, escalated it to the administration, who told Christian that he was racist and that he was engaging in something that was just as bad as saying the N-word, they told him. And so they suspended him for 3 days. He wasn't allowed to participate in a track meet that was a very important track meet for that particular season, and he had to miss out, all because he asked for clarification on a vocabulary term that his teacher assigned him. I mean, it's just absolute madness. I think they have an amazing case. I know the Liberty Justice Center is taking their case on, and, they're suing for, of course, they're saying that the school breached his First Amendment rights, his right to due process because he wasn't allowed to appeal, and, of course, his right to an education because there were 3 days where he was not allowed to go to school, and they tarred and feathered him as a racist because he asked for clarification on a question. And by the way, it shouldn't be lost on you that every single administrator in that school is white, of course.
Oh, of course they are. You almost didn't need to tell us that. But, I mean, we all know that racism is the worst thing you can tar somebody with on the left, and I hope that they win that case against the school district and just, take them to the cleaners. But it does seem to me that this is part of a much bigger plan that is happening to essentially shut down discussion, police the boundaries of what you're allowed to say about this border issue, and make talk of even defending the idea of a national border itself racist. And eventually, I presume, what's happening in America is to turn all of these illegals, and I'm going to say the word, into voters who will then be Democrat voters, which is why I suppose Democrats this week were against adding citizenship questions to the census and even checking voters are citizens, checking that they are voters before registering them. I mean, am I being paranoid, or is this where this is all going?
No, that's absolutely part of the plan. I mean, look, the great replacement theory is not a theory at this point. It's just happening right in front of our very eyes. It's why the Democrats, who are, look, they are the most racist political party in America. We see it day in and day out that they are projecting their own racism onto their opponent's political party. And so to have them be the racist. Of course, historically, they were the racists. They were the party of the Ku Klux Klan. They were the party of Jim Crow laws. And so to have them project the racism onto their opponents is just laughable. But at the end of the day, this is the plan, because we're seeing in states like in San Francisco, so in states like California, in Washington, D.C., and in New York, they are actually already allowing non-citizens to vote in local elections. This is all part of the plan. They're bringing them in, and not only are they allowing them to vote in local elections, they're also allowing them into these sanctuary cities where the next time, to your point, the next time that a census rolls around, they will be counted in all of these sanctuary cities, and there will be more representation in Congress given to those particular areas. And so that is how they're rigging the system. They know exactly what they're doing, and it's all part of the master plan to, again, replace us. It is all happening right in front of us. It's not a theory. It's not a far right-wing, conspiracy nut job theory. It's literally happening right before our very eyes.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess the old thing is math doesn't lie here. And it's funny, though, that you mentioned Democrats being racist, because there was an amazing story out of my old home state of New York this week where Governor Kathy Hochul Well, she was ripped to shreds after claiming that some black children in the Bronx don't know what the word computer means. Have a listen to this.
Because right now we have, young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know. They don't know these things.
They don't know what the word computer means? I mean, talk about, Sarah, the soft bigotry of low expectations.
Yeah, and that's what we see from the Democrats day in and day out. I mean, you remember Joe Biden on the campaign trail last time around. He had so many oopsie racist moments. Poor kids are just as capable as white kids. He said on the campaign trail that, sometimes minorities just don't know how to get on the computer and look up where to get their COVID vaccine. I mean, we see this all the time with the Democrats, which is why it's just so laughable to pretend like they're so offended that someone uses the term illegal alien, when in reality, they are using the minority community, and they have for years. I've been begging the minority community to get off the Democrat plantation and start waking up to the fact that the Democrats are pandering to this community because it's all about the votes to them. This is no different, of course, Kathy Hochul. And you're right. It is the soft bigotry of low expectations, but that's what we see with the Democrats every single time.
And finally, this story was hilarious to me. I mean, hilarious but sad, but also we knew it was coming. The Boy Scouts of America, well, they can't be the Boy Scouts anymore. After 114 years, they're now just going to be called Scouting America. What do you reckon?
Yeah, what I reckon is that our boys here in America are in real trouble because the organizations that they can be taught to be real men, and they can be taught that their masculinity is something to be, to uphold and something to be proud of and something to be cherished, is getting slimmer by the day. Now with of course, the Boy Scouts saying, you know what, it's fine. We're just Scouting America. We welcome everyone. We want to be inclusive. Bring us all your trans, bring us all your LGBT. And so the kids here, the boys here, I have two boys of my own. They're in real trouble here because it is getting harder and harder for them to understand that it is okay to be a boy here in America. It's okay to be masculine. It's okay to hold doors open for girls and, to go shooting and all of the things that boys are traditionally supposed to enjoy. And it's getting hard for them.
Oh, well, Sarah, I'd love to have a chat about what some of the new merit badges might be, but we're going to have to leave it at that.